Front of this shirt, this is my story. On January 28th, 2010, my son left the house going to the mall with somebody he called a friend. At 5:45 p.m., that person called me and told me they had shot and killed my child. They took his body and laid him in the street on Lincolnshire and left him for dead. It just so happened that somebody was riding past and stopped and called 911. When my son left the house that day and said, "Mama, I love you, I'll be back," I never thought that that would be the last time I would see my child again. My son's case was closed within 24 hours. The same person who had called and said they had shot and killed my child, the police allowed them to identify my son. I sat in the middle of my living room till the next day. I had to get up and act like it wasn't the case, because every time I called the police department, because I needed to know if that was my child, they told me somebody didn't contact me.
I got it. Acting like you don't know your
Finally, on the 29th, I called the mayor's office crying, begging, and pleading them. And the mayor immediately called the chief of police, and I was able to identify my son. So for 23 hours, I didn't know where my child was at. All I knew is that somebody called my son, and I had to hope and pray that it was a bad joke.
Hold on, wait 1 second, Kay.
And no matter what, my son, he can't come back. His case was closed within 24 hours because the child who had shot and killed him told the police he had shot himself. Why? Because my son made a poor judgment call. He had a tattoo on him. The police assumed he was in a gang. So therefore, they didn't take the time to investigate the case. And if it wasn't for Pastor Brock stepping in and bringing notice to it, the case is now reopened. But it's just another unsolved case, as in so many cases are. I thank God for that lady who took the time to call 911, because as a mother, more so than anything, I pride myself on how I raise my children.